Energized show, up the Irish.
Okay, what's going on, guys, and welcome to a brand new episode of Energized. The Face Off! Russ, introduce the guest, man.
Today we've got a Cage Warriors featherweight fight between the one and only Ryan Shelley and the crazy horse himself, Mr. Josh Reid. Lads, how we doing?
All good, good, boys.
Thanks for having us on.
I'm doing crazy.
We are doing crazy. Lads, November 4th is fast approaching. It is going to be one of the biggest Cage Warriors cards of the year. Josh, I'm going to start with yourself. Obviously, the move up to featherweight division. What prompted that?
To be honest, it's no secret really. It was killing me to get down there. You know, I was just dropping too much weight, and it's just taking, and obviously MMA is a lifestyle. You've got to live it. But exactly what I do, and it's just come to the time now I just can't make it no more. It's just impossible.
Yeah, fair enough. And like when it starts to hinder your performances in there, something's got to give, and you have to change it. Ryan, are you looking forward to welcoming Josh to the featherweight division? Also, like he's been around the block in Cage Warriors, so he's probably one of the most experienced opponents you faced to date.
Absolutely, lads. That's the main reason why I'm like looking forward to fighting Josh, because he's been with Cage Warriors a long time, sort of been there and done that. So it's by far the most experienced opponent I've fought. So that's why I'm really looking forward to that one.
And tell us this, Ryan. Every time we've seen you, you've been the babyface assassin. Who knew you could grow this spectacular beard? What brought the beard upon?
It just started off as a bit of I don't know, just with the training. I just let it go a couple of weeks. And then I think one or two of the lads were saying it's pretty sharp. Like, so I just said I'd keep it going.
Is Adam growing one as well?
No, he's not. No.
Oh, absolutely love it. Josh, tell us this. This is shaping up to be one of the biggest cards of the year. You're making your featherweight debut on Cage Warriors, and obviously the featherweight title's on the line. Does that add a bit of extra buzz to the card for you?
Yeah, I'll be watching, obviously, but I make no mistake. I just got to get a couple of wins before I start asking for a title shot, especially at the new weight. But yeah, to be honest, I don't think the boys fighting for the title, they're going to be around long. The bigger leagues are going to snap them up. They're both quality, in all fairness.
Josh, is this the biggest card you've ever fought on?
Yeah, I'd probably say it is. Yeah, with all the names on it, well, especially all the up and coming names. I know every single person on the card, so I've never fought on a card where I know everyone. Obviously, they put a couple of foreigners on to build the card on, around you. So I'd say it's one of the best.
What about yourself, Ryan? Like, because obviously Cage Warriors Belfast, that was huge as well.
That was probably the biggest one I've ever fought on in terms of like attendance. I remember walking out being like, geez, good few people here tonight. But in terms of this card, it's a little bit different. But it's probably the highest profile that I've fought on, like with the lads headline, and obviously that's going to bring a lot of eyes to it. So definitely I'd say in terms of like how it's probably the biggest card of the year, this one on November 4th. So definitely it's the biggest card I've ever fought on anyway.
Ross, how much are you looking forward to November 4th? Cage Warriors 145 in London and live on UFC Fight Pass, if you didn't hear.
Put it this way, I don't think we've ever left the country to go just to a Cage Warriors. I know we've been to a few, but we've like partnered them up with the UFC. Like this one got us to book flights, book hotels, get in a plane to come see this one. And this one really, really excites me. Like Josh said, like I'm excited for every fight in this card. For anyone who is going, like make sure to get there early. This is going to be an absolute banger of a card. Like Ian Dean's outdone himself. The matchmaking is absolutely brilliant. Like there's several fights where we're like, oh, I don't really want either guy to lose. Like that's when you know it really, really is a great card. And this is such an interesting fight, especially with the featherweight title on the main event. You know what I mean? It's great to see other fights in the division. Ryan, tell us this. Where do you think this will leave you with if you pick up a win here? Because obviously that will bring you to what, 5-0?
6 that for me.
Oh, sorry, 6-0. You're 5-0 at the moment to bring it to 6-0. Where do you think that brings you in the division? Because like there's not many people above there.
Yeah, I'd say it definitely gets me pretty close. But one thing that I've been doing this year, I haven't been looking too far ahead in terms of what's going on with the title. I just like whenever I get a fight, I just solely focus on that fight, and then whatever happens after that happens. So it probably would put me close enough, but you know, we'll see how it goes. At the moment, my like pure focus is just on fighting Josh. So whatever happens in the main event, we'll see what happens next year. You know.
Absolutely. And then Josh, just in return of that, obviously Ryan's a very hot prospect at the moment. Like you said, 5-0. Tell us this: where would a win over Ryan put you in the featherweight division? Because I know you said you're only new to the division, but like that's a big scalp first time out.
Yeah, definitely. I was interested to see what they was going to come back with featherweight. To be honest, I thought they was going to stick me in with one of their proper experienced guys, because obviously I'm experienced myself. But no, they come through with Ryan's name and he's undefeated. There's a good few eyes on him now, and I thought, yeah, that'll be a good fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, two of the best cornermen in the game going toe to toe, Chris Fields and Richard Shore. Like, shout out to the two lads. Like, big fans of both. I can't wait to see who can shout loudest.
Yeah, we'll have shades for both guys as well. Don't worry.
Yeah,
especially Richard giving out.
They are both loud enough in us.
Yeah, they are both very loud. Lads, like this is obviously a big scrap on the card. Like whereabouts you see this fight being? Surely it's on the main card, yeah?
Like I imagine it could be on the main card with the amount of fights that's on, the high level fights. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I'd say you could probably see us slotted in first fight in the main card, I imagine.
Definitely, I think we deserved it. Like, got the experience. He's undefeated. Why not?
Yeah, absolutely. This is a fight that I'm like super excited for, because both guys are excited. Both guys come to scrap. Josh, are you bringing much of a Welsh army? Obviously, we touched on it off air. Oban's fighting as well, so it's nice we can get a few guys from the gym on the card to get a bit of an army coming up with you.
Yeah, it'll be a lot more now, obviously, because Oban's on the card as well. So yeah, I've taken a fair few up, but a lot of these Welsh fuckers are too tight, they got the fight pass and that's it.
But look, we won't knock anyone who's got the fight pass. That's where we're at. So shout out to everyone who's got fight pass. And if you haven't got fight pass, you're missing out. Yeah. You're missing out on us. Ryan, tell us this. Will you have many of the Swords Mafia coming over with you to come watch a fight? Or the Whitehall Mafia, some might say.
Yeah, a bit of both. There's a few coming over for sure. A good few of me and Adam's friends, and then I think there's a nice gang heading over from the gym as well, so we'll be supported over there for sure.
I'd say it's hard to get tickets. Have you had any trouble with getting tickets just because it is such a big card?
I know most of my gang got them pretty early, so they're all right, but as far as I know, I think it's sold out now.
Yeah, a lot of mine was camping because they had to stand. They was like, oh, we don't want to stand. I was like, well, you should have bought them early, shouldn't you?
Tell them they can sit in the cage. Lads, like obviously the main event is a huge one. Paul Hughes, Jordan Fujic for the second time. The winner takes the belt and potentially then moves on to the UFC if all things go correctly. Like, what way do you see that fight going down, lads? Ryan, we'll go with you first, bud.
Yeah, that's a great fight. I see Paul winning that one, and I think he might get a stoppage late in the fight.
And Josh?
I disagree on that one. I think Jordan's going to win again. I do. I like the way he fights. I follow him on Instagram as well. He's putting the work in. I think Jordan will stop him, to be honest.
And there we have the first disagreement of the show.
I think the winner is going to be the fans, Ross.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The fans will definitely be the winner on the day. Adam, what do you make of Josh's style, and where do you think he can hold an advantage over him? I'm sure you've watched a bit of tape yourself and Chris on him.
You mean Ryan?
Or Ryan, sorry. So say Adam.
I was just going to say Adam.
It was going to happen, Ross.
Ryan, do you know what happened before? Ryan, what happened before? Like, I saw your brother recently, and he was like, "All right, Ross." So, like, I mean,
look, right. So it goes either way, you know.
Yeah. We owe you one. We owe you one.
Yeah,
Ross, we look like brothers as well with the glasses.
Yeah, true.
No, I really like Josh's style. He comes out to fight, you know, and he starts fast. So that's something that I'm going to be ready for when we fight. And I think you're going to see fireworks in this one. I think it's going to be a really good fight from start to finish.
And Josh, what about yourself? How do you see the fight going, and where do you think you have the advantage over Ryan? Definitely not Adam, because if they're irrelevant.
Same really. Ryan comes to fight. Obviously, it's no secret he got his background in taekwondo. I think I'll have the edge on the ground, but I'm mixed up on the feet. I'm not bothered.
Interesting. And quick one, Josh. Did you get to see Ryan's last fight? Because he was very active off his back. And what did you think of that performance?
Yeah. If I have to be honest, I thought when I watched it live, I thought the other guy won. I know it's been broke down a lot now. I seen on YouTube they broke it down or whatever, so I'm not getting into all that. But he was active off his back and he didn't just lie there. So he's obviously he's knowledgeable on the ground as well. But I just think I'm better. And
then Ryan, obviously, your last fight, some people say it's controversial. Chris Fields definitely says it's not. What's called from that last fight? Did you learn anything? I know it was a win, but did you take anything away from it that maybe you won't risk being on your back as long as you did in the last fight?
Definitely, I felt I should have pushed the pace a bit more, and from the get-go. So I sort of was, in a way, I made a judgment call halfway through that fight that I had a feeling that I would be winning, even though I was on the bottom position. So I think that's where a lot of people were a bit confused. But definitely, going forward now, I want to be more active. So if I get taken down, just straight away popping back up and starting again. So.
Yeah, I think this fight, it was called, we probably won't have to worry about it as much. I think this one's going to definitely be on the feet a bit longer, I think, than the last one. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. Ryan, give us a quick prediction here. How do you think you see yourself getting your hand raised?
I think maybe a round 3 stoppage on the feet, or else 15 minutes of a fucking war. So, yeah.
Happy days. And Josh, what about yourself? How do you see yourself getting that hand raised?
Yeah, if I think the stoppage, but it'll be later on, definitely.
That's it, Baz. We're guaranteed at least 10 minutes according to the lads. So I'm happy out with that.
Right, lads. If you don't get 10 minutes, neither is getting glasses. No,
that's it.
Lads, we also, in the build up to this, we had another face off with Ken Knockran and Luke Shanks, and the thing went off the rails. There was constant back and forth of really liking each other. Let's say, Josh, you fought Luke before. Who do you see winning that fight?
I think Luke. I think that guy is. I don't really know that guy, to be honest. I haven't really had a look at him on a thing, but I'm not saying he's not great. But he's very overlooked. I overlooked him as well. But no, he is. He gets it done, and I think he'll get it done on the night as well.
And Ryan, what about yourself? How do you see that fight going as well?
That's a tight one. That I think if I was to bet, I'd go with Kalen. But that's not no dig at Luke. He gets the job done. So I don't really know how that one goes, but I'd say Kalen maybe wins a decision there, maybe.
Yeah, they're void to be called the people's main event, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they hate each other, don't they? I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, they really do. Well, you two lads are best mates, so that's great.
I'm looking forward to seeing the weigh-ins. I'm looking forward to seeing them go head to head.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. But guys, I must say, thanks a million for coming on. Did either of you have anything you want to say to each other before we go? Ryan, I'll start with yourself.
No, just best of luck with the rest of the training camp, and I'll see you over in London, Josh.
And Josh?
Yeah, you will, 100%. Just thanks my team for getting me in fight shape, and all my sponsors and all. There's too many to name them, but they know who they are. And I'll see Ryan on the night.
Oh, Ryan, one last question for you. Sorry, Josh, you might not get this reference, but Ash Daly was on Ultimate Hell Week. I think that's sort of the SAS show over in the UK, Josh. Is she a changed woman since she came back? And did she tell you anything about her experience there? Because I watched every episode. I was glued to it.
Yeah. Not really, because Ash is she was an animal before she went to that show, and then she came back probably even a bit more of an animal. So no, nothing's changed. She's the same person that you see on telly in the gym. So
she's not barking any extra orders and saying yes.
No. No, she'll still be fucking strangling us though. So that's for sure.
No, we absolutely love a legend of the game over here. So
absolutely
had to ask.
Yeah.
Basmo, anything to say before we head off?
Yeah, so make sure to get onto Josh and Ryan if you're looking for tickets. Cage Warriors 145 London, November 4th in the Indigo at the O2 and live on UFC Fight Pass. Ross, take it away, bud.
Guys, thanks a million for joining us. Really appreciate it. Best of skill to both of you guys. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification how you see all the Energized content. If you're watching this on UFC Fight Pass, give this video a favorite. It really helps us and the guys at Fight Pass over there. My employ us further. And as always, stay energized.
Energized show, up the Irish. Been sussing you guys a couple of times. I've seen a couple of clips. I think you done some interviews with Dylan Moran and that I saw. So keep going, keep up the good work, guys.